Hello epic viewers domiciled from around the multiverse. Brace yourself for unprecedented epicness, because today another stellar, riveting, captivating unboxing video is about to commence. What items will I be unboxing? What items will I be flaunting? What items will I be showcasing? Without further ado, without further delay, without further procrastination, let's allow the unboxing to commence. So recently I procured various figures via eBay. Do I have any qualms pertaining to purchasing these figures? Of course I do not. I'm an avid, devout DC Universe fan, and I love flaunting DC action figures on my shelves. Now the first one that I got was the one, the only, stoic, valiant, noble, commendable, graceful, ineffably epic Aqualad. He's the second Aqualad. He's the sidekick of Aquaman, that's what I presume. He was turned out by DC Direct. This figurine is practically impeccable. He's not marred with dings, nor dents, nor scuffs, nor scratches. He has a high quality design. He has a high quality sculpt. I love his textures, I love his hues, I love his deco, I love his aesthetics. I pretty much love everything about this figure. Fortunately, he has two-fisted hands, and he could have been improved if he had a diaphragm joint. He could have been further enhanced and augmented if he came with some armaments. But it's okay that he's a brawler. He's going to be fighting with his fists. At least my Aqualad is, because I lack any weapons for him. But he's not a bad figurine by any means. His joints are sturdy. He has ample points of articulation in all the requisite areas. In other words, he could ascend and descend his appendages. He can rotate his head. He can rotate his fists. Unfortunately, he lacks a forearm swivel. His knees and his elbows are only single jointed, so he lacks double-jointed knees and double-jointed elbows, and he's devoid of toe articulation. He also lacks an ankle pivot, so his articulation could have been enhanced, but I paid roughly $10, and I can't really complain, so I'll reserve my gripes for another time. The final figure within this lot is Deadman. Is this Deadman produced by DC Direct? Or was it produced by Mattel? Let's find out. I believe this version was produced by DC Direct. Now, just like the Aqualad figurine, this Deadman figure stands 7 inches tall. Unfortunately, to my dismay, he lacks two-fisted hands. He only has one fisted hand, so he could have been enhanced, in my opinion, if he had two-fisted hands. Again, just like the other aforementioned Aqualad figurine, he lacks double-jointed knees and double-jointed elbows. He's also devoid of a diaphragm joint, and he could use an ankle rocker or an ankle pivot. He could use toe articulation and finger joint articulation, and he does have latitude for articulation in his head, so it's okay that they don't have articulation in every area. The rest of the box just has popcorn packaging. There's nothing else in this box other than rubbish. So 2 figures for roughly $20. I have no qualms appertaining to this purchase and decision. They're in near mint condition. They're practically unscathed, and the joints are sturdy. So I love how their appearances emulate their comic book appearances. I'm a huge fan of Deadman. I love how he looks like an apparition. He looks like he's agitated and irritated and vexed. He looks like he's ready to pulverize anyone within his vicinity. He looks like he instills trepidation in the hearts of his adversaries. Deadman's a stoic, intrepid, audacious warrior who doesn't demonstrate any fear. And then of course we have Aqualad. I prefer the original Aqualad. Hold on. Sorry about that. I almost damaged his attire. I love how his collar is protruding upwards. But let's move on. I prefer the original Aqualad over the second Aqualad, but the second Aqualad will have to suffice since I lack a DC Direct figurine of the original Aqualad. So 2 DC Direct action figures for roughly $20. I may pay slightly less. I have no qualms about this purchasing decision. I'm completely content. So I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. You may want to take heed in buying these figures before they further appreciate in value. Once again, I hope that you found this video to be eminently enthralling. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.